Welcome back. Continue our focus on the expectations in 2017. And we have joining us in the studio public affairs analyst Rasaq Olookoba. Thank you for joining us.
It's a pleasure being with you.
Well, I'm sure you heard the previous guest who was talking about food security, the cattle rustling thing, and the attacks of cattle herdsmen on the farmers and all of that. But if you put that all together, what's your expectation from that agricultural sector in 2017?
To start with, I would say the scorecard of President Buhari has been impressive with the statistics that are available to me. And if you say I should go specifics now on agriculture, there's no country in the world that can prosper without subsidizing agriculture. And I think that's the direction the president is moving towards all over the world. You will discover that the prices of food produced by farmers are always bought lesser when it goes to the end user, which is the consumer. So there's that acceptable standard that farmers, the light they use to be subsidized, the roads, the facility, the tractors and equipment should be subsidized. And we have said it over and over and over again that primitive agriculture that was practiced way back and most part of Africa has to be jettisoned if you want to meet with the standards and at the pace at which the world is moving towards today. It's sad that in Nigeria, over 90% of what we consume is imported. And that's part of the reason why toothpick is imported. My wife told me about 2 weeks ago that even mopping stick is also imported. That's how bad it is. And there's no country that can prosper if you continue in that line. So, and I think that is the part Buhari is trying to take us away from. So, to start producing what you will eat will definitely take time. The rice, to plant cassava and all those things must definitely take time. So, by and large, I think the direction they are heading towards regarding mechanized agriculture is in the right direction. And they should not also limit it for only consumption. There are two types of agriculture. Is it for consumption? Is it for industrial purpose? Is it because 90% of industrial materials come from agriculture? So Nigeria should not also only limit it to only agriculture for consumption. It's also for industrial purpose, like chocolate that people eat all over the world. 70% of chocolate, they source the cocoa. Nigeria is number 4 cocoa producer in the world, though it has declined to number 7 just before Jonathan left. But with the coming up of Buhari now, we have taken number 5 again in cocoa producing. So with this record that is online, I think the farmers are getting, morale is what wins war. Agriculture, just like what the guy is saying now, that they need more support from the government. Government is beginning to boost the morale of agriculture. Lands are dying, farmers are dying, and there are no replacements. So you need to make it look attractive. You need to make it look as if it's a job that we must tie, not a tie like you are doing. You need to wear suits. You need to make it look that way. Just like the way you make banking job easy, just like the way you make science and all other jobs easy, teaching easy, pilot job easy. That's how you should make agriculture look like. The picture of agriculture should not be a man looking tattered, worn out, spent. No, nobody wants to practice agriculture in that way. But you make it look attractive. That if you are a farmer, don't let them join the list of someone who has his reward in level 2. You must let them know that your reward is also on at A.
Okay, Mark.
What precisely would you say that the Buhari government has done that is making any difference?
That's what I said, that ratings all over, I said that there's no country that can prosper without subsidizing agriculture. There's no magic you can perform. There's nothing you can do if you don't subsidize agriculture. Incidentally, I'm an activist, but I have a farm of my own too. I've attended, so I didn't know this is a topic you'll be asking me about. I thought it's just general assessment of Buhari. I've attended conferences in Berlin, in Germany, and they said Africa has 34% of arable land in the world, which is huge. which means there's hardly no land in Africa that is not arable. And if you look at Nigerian experience too, there's no part of Nigeria that you not plant anything that it will not. If I have some of my colleagues who are farmers that comes to Nigeria, if you travel through Nigerian roads, they used to ask me, are these bushes, are they conditioned to eat, to grow? I said, no, they just grow on their own. Nobody conditioned. So, and I said, we are very, very lucky in Africa. So, Buhari's government is looking in the direction of subsidy, mechanized agriculture, and agriculture is beginning to look attractive. Farmers are beginning, more graduates that are into farming are going back to farming now. They are leaving banking job. Even bankers who read banking and finance, accountants are going into banking. I am not an agriculturalist. I didn't study farming. I just asked a few land to rear cattle and things like that. And I discovered that if I buy 50 cattle today in another for less than $1 million, in 2-3 years' time, it's close to $5 million. So that's what I just discovered. With the help of, and with, morale, like I said, and with the posture of Buhari that he has a capacity to be different. With that posture, it's sufficient for farmers to take to bank that this is the time we're beginning to enjoy our life. And okay, between you and me, part of the major problem, successive government in May 1966 till date, the calamity we have suffered in this country, the reason why there has been no proceed of government dividends of democracy was because sufficient attention was not paid to what Nigerians are eating. Did you get my point now? So you import fruit, you import rice, you import all sorts of things that Nigeria became laughable to the rest of the world. That how can a country like Nigeria, that's supposed to be the food basket of the entire Africa, be importing foods?
How has posturing helped in that aspect of importation and even our economy? You're talking about the posturing of the president and the government in general, this government.
Yeah.
How has their posturing helped to move us beyond the negative positions where we found ourselves?
See, except some people want me to start plotting Nigerians against Buhari, which I will not do. I have seen features on the road that looks like this road leads to the promised land. I've seen that.
So let's look at,
and nobody is going to take that away from me.
Let's look at those features now. As we do 2017, what should we be expecting?
Limited to agriculture on all that.
Generally,
in the last 1 month, 30 days, you look at 4 major achievements that government achieved. We can't begin to tabulate it. The defeat of Boko Haram is a major achievement. If you rate the fight against terror in the world today, Buhari has topped the list. Because in terms of advancement, what is going on in the north is a low-scale war. And what he has done by dislocating Boko Haram in the north is a major achievement. There's no country that has completely defeated terrorism. But what Buhari has done is a fundamental step that he has taken, and it's a major achievement. That's number one. Number two is that the Long Bridge actually has given a brand new route to us in terms of environmental development. Then, just like yesterday, I read in the paper and corroborated today by the dailies that the much criticized promise made by Buhari's party, APC, 5,000 stipend to poor people, is willing to pay it. No noise has been made about it. Then, the digitalized network achievement, which has started in Abuja today, that just like in less than 10 days now. So, but from what we have witnessed in the last 16 years, the consequence of indulging a government for 16 years of the way they have run our life, the way they have plundered our resources, the consequence is what we are going through. It's not the handwork of anybody. Dollar is the currency and the legal tender of buying and selling all over the world. And you don't buy it on the street. It is the business you do that earns you dollar. The only business Nigeria does is oil. We are not into oleogen. We are not into agro-allied. We are not into telecoms. We are not doing all those things.